them a lot of trouble here, and I'm not going to shy away from it. I think they've come out on top of the draft itself. INTZ have tools, but they're a little bit more limited, less general purpose, and sometimes even weaker into the composition of Los Grandes. Taking a look at, say, somebody like Ranger that we talked about, like Hirit, who's doing damage to these champions? I think once you pass that 25, 30-minute mark, you can't really answer that question. I don't think there is an answer for the side of INTZ, and they've got to find creative ways to access Lava and Netuno.
Picks, and especially focusing down those important carries, always a little bit of an issue. But overall, you have the Silas, you have the Sejuani, you have some really, really solid teamfight power on top of the Ashe. Of course, your pick potential on this comp is massive. But to be able to utilize something like that, you need to survive the early game. You need to get rolling at least decent without falling behind massively. And if I'm looking at a Mumu Lee Sin mid 2v2, this is going to be some intense early pressure coming out from Los Grandes.
Certainly is. I'm really excited about this mid lane, and as much as I wanted to focus on the bot lane, when you get Lisa in mid, I mean, you can't ignore that. Here in ZZK, already trading pretty heavily up towards the top side. ZZK actually coming out the worst for a moment as a quick sidestep from Hirit lets him evade that, but junglers starting on opposite sides of the map is going to be the focus for both of these teams. Ranger was spotted, and as we talked about earlier, INTZ do want to attack this Amumu, not just because it's Amumu, but also because it's Ranger, who has had the least say in Los Grandes' game plan over the past couple games. He's very often using that experience that we talked about to back up his team in necessary moments, but if you can take the fight to Ranger, maybe there's a way in.
Yeah. And this time around, we talked about it last game already, right? Not too much vision and scouting onto the jungler last game from Red. This time around, INTZ 2 wards down in Ranger's jungle. They are so very much aware of where this Amumu is, and they don't really have to fear anything. Yumpy roaming bot for an early lane gank.
Could end up working for them. It is going to be reliant on Ranger, and once he shows on vision, if he does, INTZ will be off the races. Flashboard from Zay, but insta-deletion.
The Nautilus is down. That is a first blood, but Netuno flashing forward. The ignite not going to be
Yumpy!
enough. Yumpy actually gets away. Flash forward. Ranger taking him out. Beautifully done. So much about not being the best mechanical play on the team. Ninja Kiwi, though, returning in glory. Lava has great map awareness as expected of the mid lane star coming in from the LCK, and overall it's a bloodbath in a 2v2 trade on the bot side.
I can't believe it! I can't believe it! After all of that, 2 for 2 on both sides. Very scary and even more terrifying when we consider that Lava just picked up a kill. Yumpy getting a kill on Sejuani? You can deal with it. Ninja Kiwi, that's a problem for sure. Lava, that's a massive issue, as Lee Sin's already been scrapping it up in the mid lane. Let's take a look at that again with Zay's flash forward. It's a great punish from INTZ, and the fight doesn't look good for them. Good cleanup from Los Grandes to answer one back, but this extension was what really caught me off guard. Ninja Kiwi knowing that he has the kill here.
Great glance from Netuno, but at that point, Lava is already around. Ninja Kiwi committed way too deep, and the cleanup is pretty easy. Afterwards, luck for Nia that the Sonic Wave doesn't connect. But in general, INTZ at a great position. Lava, how did he get there?
He's just waiting.
He get there? Connects the Sonic Wave, has good damage. The Dredge line connects. Nia flashes out the barrier, saving the supports alive. Los Grandes making early plays, beautifully done.
And Lava's going to get to live through it, teleport back in the mid lane where Ranger is saving the wave for him. It'll take a little bit of damage on the way in, but only losing 1 CS for that? Lava just did him dirty. INTZ, don't know what is going on with this mid laner.
This is some LCK level stuff happening here. Lava with a fantastic performance. Just needs to be careful not to be caught off guard by Yumpy hovering around this mid lane. But overall, This is gonna heat up, as we mentioned at the start, right? Lava, Ranger, this Amumu Lee Sin jungle 2v2 is gonna be insane to handle for INTZ.
Imagine ganking bot lane twice and only losing 1 CS. Imagine what a giga chad you have to be to pull that off. Already, we're starting to get a mounting wave in the mid lane that again is giving Lava inherent pressure. Dragon has just spawned. We've got plenty of options available to the Los Grandes roster, and they're making plays in the early game, and that's to say nothing of the scaling that they'll have online later. This may not be your typical Azir composition where you're going to be able to really take it to anyone in the late game, but it's not bad. You've got plenty on Jax, of course, in the side lane, and Kai'Sa scales pretty well.
Indeed. Kai'Sa scaling is solid in general. I mean, I love talking about Lava in general since I got to cast him so much in the LCK last season.
Go on.
This man went toe-to-toe with people like Faker and managed to come out even through the laning phase. I'm honestly very shocked to see him in the CBLOL region, because I would have expected him to stay in Korea, but he has been a massive, massive pickup. Mentioned it in draft already. I think he's one of the deciding factors for Los Grandes. But also, well, they have to deal with Ninja Kiwi, but they do have Ranger in the bot lane. He doesn't have an ult, and he is spotted on the ward. Now they need to retreat quickly, but the stuns are in. Yumpy coming in just in time, and this massive fourth shot from Ninja Kiwi is going to seal the deal. Big pickup here for INTZ.
That's the aggression from Yumpy that I like to see as well. Drops that ward, and we don't say, oh, we'll disengage. We say, yeah, we'll take the 3v3. And I gotta come back and address your previous point there. I mean, Lethe, you play in the LCK, you play up against Faker. What's the next step? It's obviously to play in the best region in the world. That's CBLOL for you. INTZ demonstrating that now as they give us even more action, picking up the first dragon and moving us on as Lava re-enters the mid lane. Gonna try and take this one up against Nosferus. Both have ultimates available. Both have each other's ultimates available in a weird way.
I really hope we get to see a dual kick.
Can you kick while being kicked? Aren't you suppressed?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a way you could do it.
There's a cast time. So if both kick at the same time, both are going to get kicked away.
Oh god, my cat's trying to end the
that's
stream.
That's what I'm hoping for. It's going to look so funny. One way or another. Dragon is down. Lava once again making some move towards the bot lane, just keeping the priority in the mid lane up as much as possible here for Los Grandes, and this allows them to play aggressive, to play forward the whole time. I don't think they are aware of this pink in the brush, but they're still just going to commit to this. Nia being the sacrificial lamb, that's a lot of lockdown and a lot of damage very quickly. That's an Ashe support killed off immediately. And with that, they should have free reign over the turret plates here in the bot side, while the INTZ answers with a cross-map Herald pickup.
And riddle me this. When Amumu has 2 kills, when Los Grandes have already started off this game really well, who's doing damage to the front line? INTZ don't have a lot of options. Ninja Kiwi has been set behind as a result of the plays, and it looks like he might be set even further behind since Los Grandes are considering another dive. And Nosferus being kept down in the mid lane as well, still doing fine, but on the Sylas, doesn't really have a whole lot of DPS options.
I don't know. It's probably going to be all on Ninja Kiwi. Nosferus, once he gets rolling, if he gets rolling, is going to be a massive carrier of hope, at least, for INTZ. But, man, we gotta talk about Lava more.
Yeah.
This man is sitting bot lane 24/7. He is 8 CS up in the mid lane.
It's illegal. I bring it back to that moment where he ganked bot twice, came back and only missed 1 CS, and you're like, what is this wave management? And credit, honestly, to the rest of Los Grandes as well, specifically with Ranger being able to pick up on that and save the wave for him. I think that's the experience that you're really benefiting from, and the combination of both Lava and Ranger on Los Grandes has done really good things to the roster, because you've got a mid laner that wants to move about, that wants to impact the map, and a jungler that understands how to mitigate the cost to your team by doing so.
At the same
Fighting
time,
the bot side.
INTZ looking for a dive on bot, but Ranger is around. Can they turn it around? No, the curtain call is through immediately, and now Ranger caught out in the open, doesn't even have the ult to get him out of this trouble. It's not gonna work. INTZ making plays happen.
Picking up what could even be another tower plate here. Lava's only going to be able to answer back. Not even another one. Good injection of gold into the side of INTZ, and it's worth noting that at this point in the game, they are economically ahead. They've got about 1,000 gold lead over Los Grandes, and while it isn't massive, it's notable to be up 1,000 gold at about 10 minutes into the game against a team that is fighting for that top spot. We'll take a look at that play again. INTZ did set this up really well, and we'd spoken about Ninja Kiwi before the game. This is exactly what we were talking about, being able to set up plays for the rest of the team.
Yeah. And just the fact that they're able to blow up Zay so quickly, in combination with the Herald play, it's just beautifully done. 3 kills into the pockets of Ninja Kiwi. We were talking a little bit about he kind of is the solo carry of INTZ at the moment, and he is showing how he is making the faith the team puts on his shoulders work. With 3 kills going into the mid game or the late stages of the early game here on the Jhin, that's a good position to be in. On the other hand, though, Netuno, even though there has been so much pressure on the bot lane, has picked up 3 assists and already finished his mythic on the Kraken Slayer.
Yeah, Netuno's also really good. That was the other thing that we talked about before the game, was saying, oh yeah, Ninja Kiwi's super awesome. Netuno is also right there. Netuno has arguably been one of the best AD carries in CBLOL this season, and we might get to see that play out now with Lava! Lava, what?
Depth charge kicked right into the arms of Zay. They're following up. Netuno going deep with the Prey Hunter. Oh my god, it's insane. He was caught out and he turns it into a kill for Los Grandes. What the hell am I watching?
Give me that replay. I want that one. Lava.
Oh, beautiful.
Unhinged play right there. Completely changes the course of events and has unlocked this dragon for the team. How impactful is it that we get a play made on the bot side that instantly transitions into an objective, that puts Los Grandes back on the map in terms of dragons, that gets them just up and even in terms of gold. And this is for a composition that we already felt was doing well pre-gold equalization?
Almost. It's just 400 gold, some change or something. It's insane. Look, Korean Lee Sin's just hit different, man. This is crazy. Lava making plays single-handedly, keeping Los Grandes in this matchup at the moment. And I'm afraid we're not getting a replay here, Dia, but that was nutty, to say the least.
Yeah, very, very fun stuff from Lava. That's the style points that you get. However, we haven't talked about this top lane at all, and you can see why. They have just been vibing, taking CS from each other, and really not much else. But the threat here is implicit. Here it is going to continue to become a menace in the side lane, and at some point, ZZK is not going to be able to do that much about it. There's going to be a lot more value for Cassante in these team fights up against Los Grandes, and an extra number could actually take what has been really well executed from Los Grandes team fights and turn them on their head. If you get ZZK in there, you sacrifice, say, a tower to hear it. You can get away with that once or twice, and maybe that once or twice is enough to start to shift the game back in your favor.
Maybe. That is the big point, right? And once you're hitting a maybe, then it gets dangerous, especially against a comp that scales this well with the Jackson, the top lane, with the Kai'Sa. You already spoke about it, right? And even though Ninja Kiwi had this fantastic early game, he hasn't hit the mythic item yet. He has 3 kills in his pockets. He finished his boots first just for safety reasons. So this Jhin lacking behind in power a little bit, at least for the moment. So any fights breaking out around this 15-16 minute mark, the next dragon in 3 minutes, the herald that is up currently, are not going to be that great. Zay still looking for an engage. Lava can't find an entry though, since he
This
has
guy's
no
dead.
ult. There comes the curtain call, and Nosferus is going to pick that one up. Zay once again gets punished for overextending.
I've never seen a Nautilus that was so dead. That was 4 ultimates worth of death, and Ranger is still contesting for this Rift Herald. No way! He picks it up!
Back in with the Sonic Wave in the backline here and now joining the fray as well with the Counter-Strike. Could be going for some hard-hitting fights. EZK goes all out. Gets punished by Lava. The man is all over the place. Another double kill. Sonic Wave once again connects. He's looking for Ninja Kiwi, and it's gonna go to here in Neptuno cleaning house, and it is the ace for Los Grandes.
Are we replaying that one, CBLOL? Los Grandes in the most disrespectful engage I have ever seen from Ranger. Again come out on top with some incredible moves from our 2-star players, Lava and Neptuno, the cornerstones, the pillars. We are going to get a replay. Let's watch how Ranger just walks his way into this engage.
He even gets the Herald.
Like, what is that? What? After that,
beautiful flash bandage toss set up for Lava, and then they're in.
After this point, it is Lava doing an immense amount of damage with the gold lead that he already has, and continuing to lay that out. Here, it actually getting involved as well, and like you said, Neptuno able to clean up afterwards. Some much needed gold for this Kai'Sa, who has been, sitting in bot lane, largely picking up a lot of assists, but not really getting the kills on the board. Finally gets one themselves, and Neptuno even more powerful after this. Los Grandes rocketing themselves, not just even in the gold, but further ahead, taking down the mid lane tower after that. And if you're INTZ, you're just disheartened. Like, everything went right.
They haven't even used the Herald yet. They still have a Herald to play with. Man, you can talk about Ranger and call him out on the lack of his mechanical ability. It is not showing this game. This man is putting on a performance on a Mumu, especially in combination with his mid laner. They are looking incredible right now.
Really amazing stuff from the entirety of Los Grandes. Zay wisely using the Hex Flash to get out over the wall, remembers the last time that 4 ultimates were committed from INTZ. And it's worth noting that as INTZ walked up to that Rift Herald fight that we just were talking about, they didn't have those ultimates either. We're praising a lot of the gameplay from Los Grandes, but INTZ chose to take a fight where they were down resources. And going into the next ones, they're going to have to pick between fighting a fight at even numbers or one where they're down cooldowns. And I don't like either of those options.
Indeed. It gets very hairy, especially, as you mentioned. Who's going to kill Ranger and hear it once it actually gets going?
Why is it always Zay?
Once again called out. And there's a TP coming from Lava. Oh, yeah. Of course he gets it. What? Jump into the Hex Gate? No problem.
That's a Korean teleport right there. That's an LCK teleport.
This guy is covered in oil or something. Slippery.
Looking really good. Lava is going to continue outputting pressure al maximo, doing his best to just keep everybody from INTZ backed into a corner. He's everywhere on the map, and for now, for Los Grandes, that's enough. They're already at a point where they've got a substantial lead. They can continue to let Herit farm up in the side lanes because the promise of this Jax is that he will destroy your towers later on into the game. And that point is fast approaching. We're about to hit the 2-item mark. Once we hit 3, Jax is unstoppable, and it just gets worse from there.
But when we're talking about these 2-item marks, right, we also got to talk about Nosferus on his Silas and Ninja Kiwi, right? The Gale Force finally completed. It's about half an IE in his pockets as well, so it's not like INTZ is not scaling at all, and especially the Silas, once he actually gets rolling with another item or two, is going to be a menace in the teamfights, especially since there is no real anti-heal currently existent on the side of Los Grandes. So there is a certain factor of timing to Los Grandes' lineup And even if I'm thinking about Lava, Lee Sin obviously is going to fall off in the later stages of the game, right? But is he going to fall hard enough, quickly enough for INTZ to actually take fights? As Los Grandes are just going to straight up go for this Baron because they've spotted Nosferus in the bot lane. He has a TP though to join in.
This is on Vision. INTZ have let him know that they know. Out goes the arrow. Oh my god!
Baron is gone. Jumpy goes into the pit, but Nosferus is in the fight as well. Noetruno
Lava
in the front line. Lava finds the frag and gets the whole distraction on the back line. Nia is going to be taken out quickly. Lava with the fancy footwork. And in the meantime, his team is cleaning house. Los Grandes with a insane Baron play. An even better team fight following up. What a beautiful performance we get to witness here. It is absolute perfection.
My brother in Christ, Lethe! Lava was 1v3 that fight. He literally stalled out 3 different people from actually taking an even engagement against the rest of Los Grandes. And after a perfect smite from Ranger as well, there are not enough good things to say. Let's take a look at this one more time. Yampi gets into the pit as soon as the Baron disappears, and now turn your focus to Lava, who on the side kicks ZZK into Ninja Kiwi and Nia, and is then able to isolate and destroy. Lee Sin uncontestable in the backline, and Los Grandes have the easiest time in the world taking the team fight forward and just walking it into a team fight that is already won for them.
Absolutely crazy. What a performance, but also, you gotta give a shout out to Rangers. So secure on these smites, but the next engage coming in from INTZ, and once again, the Amumu is targeted.
Ranger?
They do not have the damage, and here comes Lava. He's rolling over the enemy team like an unstoppable wave of magna. Still, ZZK finds a massive re-engage, 3-man knock-up, and it's gonna be a kill. Traded back, Netuno down, and Ninja Kiwi standing in the backline can't just free hit.
Ooh, they baited
away from the Jags. Finally, they find a fight. ZZK, first and foremost, putting on a massive performance there.
That was the coolest Ntofo strikes that I've ever seen out of a Cassante. Most of the time it happens in a team fight, and I go, yeah, well, that was whatever. It hit maybe one person. That was game-changing for INTZ. It shuts down the Baron push from Los Grandes. This big objective is netting Los Grandes essentially nothing but its gold and a little bit of pressure, and it's off the back of ZZK being able to group up with the team, answer back with the help of the tower, and actually put INTZ back on the map for a few fleeting moments. And those moments are fleeting. 30 seconds until the Hextech Dragon, where INTZ would have to repeat this performance again, but this time without a tower to back them up.
Also, massive 1k gold shutdown onto Lava. Ranger going deep, looking for a little bit of action here. Finds 2 people, actually pops the ult. Zay coming in to follow up. Has a depth charge available, and Lava comes in. Revenge match coming in. The quick kill for the Lee Sin. Finds another Sonic Wave onto Ninja Kiwi. Doesn't want to go deep, though, because this Jhin still is fairly dangerous here, though. In the front line together with Zay. They could be looking for the re-engage, but ZZK is too tanky. They disengage. They find a kill or 2 and are out Dragon for free.
I wonder what the game plan is for Los Grandes. I want to hear the comms behind the scenes, because half of me goes, well, maybe Ranger knew that he was engaging there, and half of me goes, is the game plan from Los Grandes just going, hey, everybody save your cooldowns because Ranger is going to find himself in a fight, and then we're gonna back him up. That feels like the most successful fights for them have been Ranger getting caught out and then Los Grandes capitalizing.
I mean, we are looking at a pick comp on the side of INTZ, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the way you engage a team fight onto a pick comp is just get picked, because they want to fight. Like, they are looking for these picks on you. So, why not set the Amumu? And as you are mentioning since the start of the game, Dia, who's going to kill the Amumu? No one is killing the Amumu. They do not have the damage to take down Ranger, no matter how much he gets caught. So, Ranger just stands there, gets engaged on by 3 to 4 people, ults 3 to 4 people, and then Los Grandes is just rolling in and winning the fights. And that is exactly what they have been doing for the last 24 minutes.
My mans doesn't even have a mythic yet. Once that comes in, cha-ching. Los Grandes, probably not going to see another death on Ranger. Although, his positioning would beg to differ. INTZ are going to try their hand at a mid lane push now. That threat of the Jacks in the side lane, their biggest problem. Los Grandes just have to keep this fight at bay or engage it.
Yeah. I mean, you still are very much ahead in gold.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the pressure on the map. Even if this fight doesn't necessarily go your way, you're still going to get this tier 2 top lane turn, INTZ. All they can do at the moment is run for the hills. Because as soon as they cannot keep Ninja Kiwi safe, the teamfight is lost for sure.
Mm-hmm. And on the Jhin that we talked about setting up plays for the rest of the team, now the pressure is on you. You now not only have to set up these plays, but actually take down the pins yourself. And on a Jhin, it's such a difficult task. It reminds me of when we're talking about Tinones. I speak about this a lot with Loud, but likes to have those playmaking tools. We saw it with the Annie earlier today, and when you are in a position like these players tend to be, where you've got to not only make the plays happen, but then actually execute them yourself, your life is the most valuable thing for INTZ. There's no cost too great to keep Ninja Kiwi alive. And for Los Grandes, there is no mountain too high. Here we go!
Oh my god, they find him and he is gone! Zay gets into the stopwatch, goes golden, and Netuno coming in from downtown for the cleanup duty. This is exactly what we were just talking about. It's all a Ninja Kiwi. Once he is gone, everything gets dismantled in an instant, and it is once again Ranger and Zay that find the fight and the kills. Hear it, cleaning up the support. Everyone but ZZK is taken out, and the Baron is on the docket.
I don't know. We didn't even need to go for Baron. We could have taken the towers on our own, retreated, but it doesn't matter at this point. Los Grandes just wiped the floor with INTZ, and now they won't be coming back for seconds. Plenty of time to make this push. Test your luck with the Baron again. Second of the game for Los Grandes. Fumbled it the first time around, but this time something's feeling a little bit different. Maybe it's that it's 27 minutes into the game. Maybe it's that finally here it has 3 items.
I can tell you what it is, Dia. It is the 12k gold lead they have at 27 minutes.
Could be that.
It's the fact they have Soul Point and are going to pick up that Hextech Soul in just a minute.
It's that the advantages just keep stacking up for Los Grandes, and there is no answer on the other side. Engage onto Netuno. The AD carry doesn't even half health him.
Yep, exactly. He just gets out the Ash Arrow going wide, but Ranger going in deep. They're all over with a massive kick. Nia immediately annihilated. 2 quick kills picked up. Ninja Kiwi isn't even around to answer, and now they're just continuing to dive deep. Nosferus gets taken out, and it's all lava, 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 lava. It's almost a WoW Arena game over here as the inhibitor falls, and Los Grandes just plowing on through the base of INTZ. This is cleanup as its finest. Nexus turrets to boot, and with that, they are gonna solidify their lead in this CBLOL season on the standings.
There's just so much available to Los Grandes in terms of